CBS News Miami.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us. I'm Najahe Sherman, and welcome to CBS News Miami's 4 p.m. Quickcast. Let's take a look at today's top stories. Taking a live look outside, it is the first day of hurricane season and the tropics are heating up. But before we get to that, we've got some tough weather right here at home. Next, weather meteorologist Cindy Pressler joins us with a very busy afternoon.
Well, we knew we were going to have rain again today, and it hasn't really gotten too out of control this afternoon. We've had a few showers and thunderstorms that developed out to the west, and they're making their way to the east now in the afternoon with these outflow boundaries. So we're going to keep an eye on this sharply over the next few hours until we get past sunset, and then things usually calm down. But let's focus in on this heavy rain that has moved through Kendall, Key Biscayne. Now it's kind of tapering down here with that boundary. You see that outflow boundary move into southern Miami-Dade, and rain, heavy rain, storms just to the north of the Keys kind of lining up, all making their way to the northeast. As right now, Broward County, we have a few little light showers, some storms here, Coral Springs, Pompano Beach, and also in Palm Beach County, they're getting some storms going there. But we do have a flood watch that's going to continue now until midnight Friday night. So it includes all of Miami-Dade and Broward counties because this is where we're expecting the heaviest rain to fall. So let's time this out for you. For the afternoon, we will still see a few showers and storms through 5, 6 o'clock, tapering off by 7, 8 o'clock this evening. At least according to this model, we should be dry for the most part until 6 a.m. Now you start to see some more storms developing in the southern areas here and along the Keys. So that's where the storms will start, make their way to the north by 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Just a few popping up. You go farther north at 6 o'clock, some more scattered storms, but every single one of these could put down very heavy rain. And since the ground is saturated, anything that does fall could cause some problems. Saturday again, we're still going to have a high chance for flooding because of all this rain, these heavy downpours, this tropical moisture that continues to sit over South Florida. By Sunday, hopefully things will get a little bit drier. So why are we seeing all this rain? Well, you go out here to the Gulf of Mexico. We have a tropical wave invest that is strengthening this afternoon. You can see the storms north of it. That's usually the stronger side. 70% chance that this could develop into a depression or a tropical storm. That is a high chance, and the hurricane hunters are out there right now flying around, getting all the levels, getting the data to determine if they're going to be naming this. If they do, coming up just before 5 o'clock, the first name on the list would be Arlene. We're going to watch this. Our spaghetti plots want to take it south over the next couple of days, but once it gets that far south, conditions are not going to be good. This is hostile. We've got very dry air sitting down here. Plus, the wind is strong, so hopefully that's going to shear this thing apart. So if it's going to develop, it's going to have to do it rather quickly. So we're going to be watching this very closely tonight and tomorrow and going into the weekend. But regardless, if it develops or it does not, it really doesn't matter because that tropical moisture is going to stay put. So we are expecting more thunderstorms again on Friday. There's a high chance, and even into Saturday now. So that keeps our temperatures a little bit lower. Finally, by Sunday, some drier air begins to filter in here. Drier as we head into Monday and Tuesday, and then those rain chances will be more like normal for the rainy season.
All right, a very active season ahead. Thank you, Cindy. $63.5 million. A federal jury in Fort Lauderdale found Miami Commissioner Joe Carollo liable in a civil case. It was brought on by two businessmen who accused him of retaliation. He was accused of going after them because they supported a rival candidate for political office. Jurors found Carollo violated their First Amendment rights. He was ordered to pay more than $60 million in damages. A statement from Carollo's legal team reads in part, "We are disappointed with the result. Commissioner Carollo will seek to exercise all legal rights available to him." The 2023 Atlantic hurricane season is officially underway, and that means the experts at the National Hurricane Center are on alert for anything that may develop in the tropics. CBS News Miami's Nicole Lauren has more.
Well, I'm here at the National Hurricane Center speaking with officials about how they're getting ready for the 2023 hurricane season and, more importantly, what they're doing to keep you safe. I spoke with Dr. Michael Brennan, who's the director of the National Hurricane Center, and he says despite this hurricane season having a normal projection or normal outlook, we still have to remain vigilant.
We're expecting 12 to 17 named storms, 5 to 9 hurricanes, 1 to 4 major hurricanes. So that could be a very impactful year. I don't want people to get complacent, though. They hear it near normal. They hear that maybe there's El Nino coming on in the Pacific. They think, oh, I don't have to get ready. But you can't use the seasonal forecast as a preparation tool.
And take a look at this. This is the Hurricane Specialist Unit operations floor, where they look at satellite images and weather models to investigate systems that have a chance to become a tropical cyclone. And right now they're tracking a disturbance in the Gulf. Dr. Brennan says having a plan in place is critical, especially since we know how frequently that hurricane track can shift.
But make sure you know where you're going to evacuate to, how you're going to get there, what you're going to take with you. Have that hurricane supply kit in place: food, water, batteries, cash, gasoline, medicine, whatever you're going to need to potentially survive several days, even a week, without power or without any help to be self-sufficient.
So Dr. Brennan says some changes that we can expect to see for this upcoming hurricane season included changing that tropical outlook from 5 to 7 days, and also not focusing on that cone of uncertainty as often and that track, but rather focusing on the potential risks that these storms can pose, especially when it comes to storm surge. In Southwest Miami-Dade, Nicole Lauren, CBS News, Miami.
CBS News Miami is committed to keeping your family safe this hurricane season. We have put together a half-hour special with that in mind. Join us tonight at 7:30, right after CBS News Miami at 7. When we come back, meet a first-generation high school graduate. She is not only making Miami proud, but her family and all those who know her. Welcome back. We are learning new details about a massive fire in Doral. A new report from Earth Justice and Florida Rising studied the hazards that Doral residents endured in that fire. It burned for nearly 3 weeks in February. It found that a toxic air pollutant was released. The report also detected harmful concentrations of other dangerous chemicals. Immigration advocacy groups are calling for a labor strike. Protesters gathered for a vigil in Homestead on a mission to stop the passing of SB 1718. The law will crack down on undocumented immigrants.
We are here with the community and we're asking for community to not go to work. We're doing a work stoppage and we're asking them to stay home. Do not consume, do not go to work. Call all the legislatives, all the representatives and senators who voted in favor for the law. Call them and let them know to repeal the law and let them know how the law is affecting you personally.
The bill is set to become law 1 month from today. There are no scheduled rallies for today. In this week's Miami Proud, we introduce you to a first-generation high school graduate who isn't just making Miami proud, but also her family and those who know her. She knows firsthand what other students like her are going through.
Meet 18-year-old senior Jocelyn Fuentes.
B-U-C-W-I-L-D.
She is a cheerleader, a member of the National Math Honor Society, vice president of the National Spanish and Science Honor Society, a best buddy, a Silver Knight nominee. Oh, and if that wasn't enough, she is the valedictorian of her senior class.
Jason is a go-getter. She sets her mind to something, and she will not stop until she gets it.
She is the epitome of living the American dream.
My parents came from like nothing, in a sense. You know, they came for like a purpose to give me and my sister and my brother like everything, and a good education.
Jocelyn's parents, both undocumented immigrants, crossed the border from Guatemala to the U.S. to give their 3 children a better life. A reality this South Dade senior high school student uses as a motivation and inspiration.
It's one thing that I really do live by is like in the 1st grade, my dad had got deported. So that for me was like an eye-opener at such a young age. And I knew that in order for my parents to like know that their sacrifice was all worth it was so that I can at least fulfill and like become someone in life, and that's all they really do dream of.
She has just taken advantage of everything, of all the opportunities that this school has to offer and that the district has to offer as well. And she's not only taken those opportunities, she's excelled in those opportunities.
All of her accomplishments have come with hard work, but also with the help of Miami-Dade Public Schools' Title I Migrant Education Program, where they provide migrant students and their families with the additional help they need. And now Jocelyn is giving back, knowing firsthand what other students like her are going through.
And I did a toy drive where I gave like kids from the Title I Migrant Education Program toys, because most of them do come from all of them do come from Hispanic background where they aren't financially stable. And I was once those kids where I never did receive like a Christmas present when I was a little girl because my parents weren't financially stable. So much that we didn't even have a Christmas tree. So like it did, as a girl, like as a little girl, it really did hurt me emotionally.
Now, Jocelyn, a confident and accomplished young woman, is ready for her future and proud to have her parents by her side.
I'm very fortunate to be in the position that I am and being a U.S. citizen, but my parents are my motivation throughout everything.
She received the Presidential Scholarship Award and will be attending the University of Miami in the fall. She wants to become a pediatric surgeon and is truly an amazing teenager. Well, every hurricane season, we need to check and make sure our hurricane supply kit is ready to go so that when a storm hits, South Florida is prepared.
Every hurricane season, we need to check and make sure our hurricane supply kit is ready so that if and when a storm threatens South Florida, we're prepared. You'll need at least 1 gallon of drinking water per person for at least 3 to 5 days, and you may want to store tap water in containers. Non-perishable pre-packaged foods such as ready-to-eat canned meats, canned soups, a manual can opener will come in handy. Fruits, vegetables, cereals, bread, and snacks are good options. If you have babies or little ones, you'll need to stock up on diapers, baby food, formula, and wipes. And don't forget your pets. They'll need enough food and water as well. 2 weeks of prescriptions, medication, a first aid kit is also very important, as well as contact lens solution, eyeglasses, as well as a hearing aid if necessary. And battery-powered radio or hand crank radio, as well as flashlights, batteries, and phone charger should be on that checklist. You may also want to include a fire extinguisher. And don't forget to place important documents like passports, IDs, birth certificates, insurance documents, your utility bill in a waterproof container. And after the storm, you're going to need mosquito repellent and sunblock if you are spending extended periods of time outside cleaning up. Now, these are just a few of the important supplies you'll need. For an extensive list, head to our hurricane prep section on our website, cbsmiami.com. I'm Lisette Gonzalez, CBS News Miami.
Such important information. The season is here. And that's your Quickcast. I'm Najahe Sherman. Stay with us for more news right here on CBS News Miami.